Hello everyone and welcome back into this special build video because there has been a new update. I just turned on my computer and Steam started updating the automation game. The game itself, not the workshops or everything. The game itself is now has been updated. So in this video we'll be testing one of the greatest errors when automation game combined all of its work with BeamNG.drive to give us like a single amazing game. Like you can make your car here and drive it in BeamNG.drive. The collaboration. Since the collaboration happened, a lot of errors and a lot of problems happened with the game. Crashes, brake performance, wrong exporting cars, and many awesome and some annoying errors. So in this video I'm going to be tackling a big error, which is the classic car brake performance. Alright, so let's see, let's go back, let's say 47, 48. Alright, so 1948. Let's go back to the 40s, right? So the problem is it's not brake fading. You can actually kill the brake fading using more stickier racing pads, but the performance itself is in BeamNG.drive. You put your foot or your hand on the controller, whatever, you put your foot hard on the brake. Yes, the brakes are braking, but the car takes very long time to brake. Really, it takes like forever to stop, especially if you are building a performance car. So let's try and build a performance car. I'm not gonna bother with something beautiful and expensive. Let's start with something basic. 1946 coupe that looks like a classic Porsche A series 356, I think. Alright, so 1948. Let's select steel, and then okay, ladder chassis, galvanized steel, why not, front longitudinal. Although so if I want to, alright, so let's build a mid-engine. Well, although to be fair, this body should have a rear mounted engine, not a front mounted engine. Alright, so ladder, front mounted engine, double wishbone, semi-trailing arms, basic, +1 quality chassis. Alright, the engine, let's build something basic. So let's say an inline 4-cylinder engine, a tiny one, not a big one. Not a tiny one, a normal one. So this actually feels like 20%. So how about an inline 6? Feels actually, because yes, it's a front engine, I forgot. Since it's a front engine, let's select a V8. What's better than a V8, right? So a 4-liter V8 should do the trick. Single overhead camshaft, let's say 4 valves per cylinder. Yes, this technology is available in the 40s, don't worry. Yeah. Oh, let's keep it extra classic. Alright, direct acting overhead cam, cast iron, cast. Moving on. Since this is the 40s era, you would not be expecting a high compression ratio, so 7.5 to 1 is perfect. Let's say 50. Moving on, a carburetor, a single 2-barrel carburetor should do the trick. We're not pushing the engine to its limits. If not, we will use 98. Let's use 98, 13.8. Alright. This is just like a base tune to make sure the engine runs. 2.5 inch, baffled, none. And the engine is floating because the RPM is too much. Alright, so 5500 RPM, increase the cam profile. Yes, I know we are losing torque, but we are gaining horsepower. And these cars are not about torque, these cars are about horsepower. So since we have a lot of headroom, 8.2 to 1, and increase the dishing. So we hit the sweet spot, which is here. Alright, perfect. It's restricting. Okay, so twin. Alright, so twin. That should do the trick. Alright. This way. The pistons are and the connecting rods are actually being destroyed because of the immense amount of torque. Okay, now we can address that. Perfect. 210 horsepower in the 40s. That should be interesting. Alright, here we go. 1.8 inch. Perfect. No need for higher quality. It's cheap this way, $1,000. Perfect. Let's see the little beast here. Alright, that's a nice looking beast. And it sounds good. Because the mufflers are crap on this engine, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see which is better, increase the quality or putting another muffler. Yeah, putting another muffler, although it's baffled, but that's our only option here. So +5 quality should lower the volume of the engine, or the sound or the noise of the engine to 32. If I want to make more horsepower, I would just it will be easier to add a third carburetor, but $1,000, you know, in 1948, yeah, that's very expensive, so I'm gonna keep it like this. So let's see, should we build a convertible? Actually, the convertible look awesome. Alright, convertible it is. Don't worry about that. Let's give the car, you know, a luxurious paint job. Something that was extremely weird in the 40s. This blue, for example, because I have reset it recently. I did reset my windows, so all these special paints that I did in the past, unfortunately, they have disappeared. So yeah, that looks about right. That looks very cool. Okay, adjusting the body, making it thinner a little bit. Here we go. Yep, like this. Now moving on. As you can see, we have tons of new things on the previous update, but I don't care about these. I want to test the brakes. I want to export this car and test the brake performance. No, these are not good. Where are the regular round lights? Ah, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Perfect. Yep. Looks very, very cute. 1940s cute. Check out these options. Look at them. Look at these LED lights, LED headlights, HIDs. Wow. Alright. Now we need some indicators. Round indicators. This should be... Nope. Let's try something more classic. How about these? Unfortunately, we have to use some sort of chromey bumpers. Let's go back to these. So I'm gonna stick everything. I'm gonna give the car like a round theme, as you can see, because round is very popular back then. And these should be chromey or nickel. I don't know which material they used to use back then, because chrome was very expensive. I think nickel. So let's give the car, I mean, it looks very beautiful like this. The car doesn't need a grille, but unfortunately it's front engine, so we need to give it a cute looking grille without destroying the style of the car. I don't know, do you think this should work? No, looks like a creature from a horror movie with that grille. Let's see, try something square here. Can work. This is just a prototype. Let's try the bumper. Unfortunately, we have to use a stupid looking bumper, because you can't just present the car without a bumper, right? I want to select a tiny bumper, nothing oversized like the 40s. Alright, that should do the trick. Yep, increase the thickness a little bit. No. That looks ugly enough. How about this? This is a... what is that? No. Oh, I think we have to stick with this, unfortunately. This is a big bumper. Oh my god, looks very ugly with these bumpers. I don't know what to do actually. Sometimes I just make the car and drive it, you know. Sometimes I do that, and sometimes I like to go with you guys step by step. So yeah, if you don't want to look at these details, you can just skip the video a little, you know, some sort of minutes, you know, forward. If you don't want to look, I'm gonna use this. Although I hate it, but well, the regulations back then that you need to use. What did I do? The regulations back then that you have to use a bumper. You can't just run without a bumper. So I'm gonna use this, although I don't like the style of it, but I'm sure in the future, like in 2018, when this car is becoming a classic, people will remove this bumper. I swear I like it like this so much. I don't know what sort of front grille I have to use to keep it looking beautiful. Let's see, I have some theories here. Do you think these will be enough? Well, it's the 40s, who cares? People are buying cars, expecting them to run, and they will run, I think. Yeah. How about the same color of the car? Yeah, they look beautiful like this, actually. Maybe because we have 2018 taste, not 1940s taste. That's why we like the look of this car right now, but maybe in the 40s they won't actually appreciate it. But who cares? I want only to test the brakes, so let's give it a badge and call it a day. Looks nice. All right, now the door handles. Let's give it something 1940s. This should do. Flip it around, decrease the size, increase the thickness. Job done. Yeah, I think job done. Alright, the rims. Since you are using a 1940s car with drum brakes, I think these will work. Moving on. Exhaust. Not yet. Alright, so let's see. What should we do? Alright, side mirrors. We need some beautiful looking side mirrors. Let's see. Chromies. You think these will work? Yeah, these will work perfectly. Increase the size a little bit. Should we go down like this, or the front like so? Let's see. I'm testing the view. Yes, you can actually look at them and see the sides of the car. Perfect. All right, let's keep these. Or should we mount them here? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess let's mount them here. And the music has disappeared, so I have to add some myself in the editing. Okay, why not? Yeah, they look cute. I like them. All right, moving on. The fuel filler cap. Let's put something round. I don't know. Can this work in the 40s? Yeah, but I think we need to put some sort of lock on it. All right, music's back. No need to edit anything out. Perfect. Yeah, lockable key. And I think we should put a keyhole here too. Represent the era. Perfect. since there's nothing here, like no engine or anything, I'm not gonna bother and put, you know, and put something like a vent or something here because there's no engine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just put the badge and, as you can see, a keyhole because there is no trunk release yet, I think. Put the tail lights on and see what's what. What are these? No, they look ugly. I need something to stick out. Something that can stick out. Like this. Or maybe not. No. These tail lights are looking ugly. What? These are looking like funky tail lights. Alright, let's keep this weird style here. No, like this. I don't really like the tail lights, but what can we do, right? It says here, and in these lights, it says here there are some reverse lights. Where are they? No, I don't like these to light, you know, to light red or to light, you know, white. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put separated tail lights, separate reverse lights. No, not these, of course. Come on. What an ugly looking. Wow, these. No, I don't like any one of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some headlights. Yes, like this. Yeah. No, not like this. Alright, these. These should be perfect. Alright, there we go. Now these should light up as reverse lights. Perfect. Now I'm gonna put a rear bumper. God help us, because it's gonna be ugly. Oh my god, I hate these bumpers. Check out how sharp they look. I wish I can just decrease like how sharp it looks. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it like this, just, you know, just a prototype. I'm gonna write a concept here. Smaller, okay. Concept. Let's see now, what should we do? What else should we do? Everything is looking perfect. The badge is here. We should write something. What should we write? The PRO? Pro. No. I'm gonna put a letter here and another letter here and mirror it. That's how I always do, like, the name of the car. That's how I decide like how many letters the name of the car should look. I'll put some random letters like this, you know, putting the shape of them, you know, put the shape that I want, and then I start to decide which word should be used. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. Pluto, no, we have used this one. The Nero, no, the James. Let's do something funny here. So J, the James. Why not? Who cares? It's 1940s. People love these classic names. So the James. All right, here we go. James, we need an S, okay. Oops. Let's see. Here we go. Perfect. The James. Alright, that looks nice. Jamesy looking. And now the exhaust. Can this actually, no, it won't fit. So we need to put some sort of hanging style, like this. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Perfect fitment. Okay. So, what else should we do? Oh, an antenna. People love to listen to some sort of music back then. Chromie. Perfect. Perfect, right? Yeah, classic looking, basic, nothing special. I know some things will be, you know, I'm gonna put some things here later, but this is just like a quick prototype. Anything that we can use here? Oh yes, wipers. We need some wipers, but how can I actually use them? This is a 1940s car, and I think, oh, I know how. We need to put one that can go like this, and another, yep, another that can go the opposite. Okay, now that's 1940s technology. Both of them will wipe like that. Perfect. 1940s engineering. Okay, now we need some sort of vents or some channels to channel the water. I'm gonna put one here, and alright, it's already mirrored. Perfect. You know, as I said, just a prototype. Perfect. Now what we have left, nothing else, I think. Alright, let's move on. Rear-wheel drive, 200 horsepower. That should be interesting and uncontrollably. 4-speed, why not? 241. Can you imagine a car back then doing 241? Let's look at this. We are in the red range. So this is like a Bugatti Veyron back then. Wow. Open. I'm gonna try something crazy here. Manual locking diffs. Yeah, something crazy. Yes, they are open, but I want to use the locking action, you know, to have some amazing slides. So, hard long life tires, cross-ply. So I'm gonna use is sport compound tires. 155, that's how much we can go. Unfortunately, if I want to go any bigger or any wider, we have to use some sort of small rims, and small rims means smaller brakes. So 12-inch, that should be, oh my god, 200 horsepower. I think that's too much. Oh, who cares? Let's see. I want to see. Okay, so here we go. The brakes, fully on 220, sporty, or nearly racing looking. You know, brake pads. Moving on. No under tray. 65. The engine cooling, making sure the engine is being cooled. No, it's a two-seater sports car. Premium AM radio. Advanced 40s. Here we go. Front brake force is low, rear brake force low, wheel spin. Oh, that's too much. Let's try and kill as much as we can. 9.7 seconds, 9.5, 9.4, really 9.2. So the more we'll spin, the less 0 to 100 time? How is that possible? How is that possible? Two speeds? No, two speed is just the worst. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about the wheel spin. Yeah, I don't want these tires to touch over there, so far perfect. I don't know, let's go 11 and here we go, a more controllable 185s. 28%. Sometimes the game changes its mind a lot. So 11, 185, 185. Yeah, these work, okay. Yeah, I apologize about the long video, but that's how much we can do, my friends. So if you want to kill the brake fading, here we go, my 100%. Unfortunately, that's as high as we can go. Let's see if the brake balance will cure it. On sportiness, 0.4%. Okay, that's acceptable. Yes, I know we are using racing brake pads, but who cares? So the optimum setting here, I think minus 1.5 degree of camber and minus, let's see. No, I want to make the car to oversteer like crazy, so I'm gonna keep it like this, and then let's start tune the springs. So softer springs up front, and let's soften a little bit like so. Okay. Or let's try something easier, which is go sport, as you can see, like this. Alright, perfect. Now I don't want to make it to oversteer a lot, because that will result in an undrivable car. 1,800, 3,000. I'm gonna focus also on drivability, so I'm gonna say, yeah, like that should be perfect. I don't want the car to oversteer like crazy. Yep, that should be perfect. Yeah, Yes, let's go with softer springs, because hello, it's the 40s, and you don't want a racing car, you want a comfortable machine. That's perfect. Okay, 103.5, 104. Okay, so 104. Nope. Okay, that's perfect. Wow, 212 horsepower in the 1940s. That should be very extremely, handful. Engine is looking perfect. All right. Two minutes 41. Wow, that should take forever. Better tires, +1. Better brakes, +2. Better aerodynamical body. And in the 40s, they love their interior to be expensively made, so +3 quality. No, this will make the car heavier, so +2 quality here even. +1 quality here. Yeah, the gearbox should be also nice, so like that. .2 seconds. So let's see if I decreased it like this. Let's say if I ignored the wheel speed 0 to 100 time and I focused on the market. So the market wants something like so. 25. 9.5 seconds. Yes, it's slower. But let's see the time here. It's quicker. It's quicker around the test track. Alright, so let's ignore that. Let's ignore the 0 to 100 time. 3.6% is a very generous amount. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it like this, 9.5 seconds. That's much more controllable. And check out the brake fading. There is no more brake fading. Here we go. Have to keep it like 100%. Okay, perfect. Now it's perfect, right? Now let's export this little beast into BeamNG.drive and continue driving. So the James V8 dash con, that means convertible. Family is a 4.0 liter direct acting overhead cam V8, 212 horsepower. Okay, variant super sport. Yeah, I apologize about the long time, but this is like step by step of making a 1948 convertible V8 machine. Now let's export this little beast and see how it will drive in BeamNG.drive. There we go, waiting for it to load. And yes, I know the rims are too small and the tires are too thick, but I need high performance tires. I need the car to grip and to have, you know, a controllable drivability. I mean, crossing fingers, it will be extremely hard to control, but we will see what's what. Alright, so we are back in BeamNG.drive. Now let's see how this little beast will perform. So I haven't driven the car yet, but in BeamNG.drive the car looks very beautiful actually. I mean, can you imagine the soft top open? It will look absolutely magnificent. One small detail that I forgot to do, which is the trim around the doors and something like that around the windows. These should be made from chrome or nickel, whatever the material is, but as you can see, the engine revs quickly and goes down to idle very quickly. So let's try open diff first. There we go, accelerates softly. Let's try again. Sporty manner. Good. The wheel spin actually cured it. There you go. This thing likes to oversteer. It's actually nice to drive. Who thought of that? Oh yes, I have to remember no ABS, so gentle braking. Oh no, I want to test the brakes. So 100 kilometers per hour. No. Yes, this thing doesn't really like to drive sporty. Excuse my rubbishness in driving, but don't worry. A couple of times spinning out, and this thing should be running like a racing car. Wow, first gear is very important. First gear can go to near to 100, okay. The engine is powerful. The body is shaking. 160, 170 in a 1940s car. Oh. Can you imagine saying to a customer that you can go like 200 kilometers per hour back then easily? Oh my god, the brakes. The brakes are much more responsive, but they are not really balanced. The left brakes are braking earlier than the right brakes. Let's see how they will perform. Ready, steady, and brake. They are not really balanced from the left to right. Let's test again. So they work, but they can fade, I think. Let's check them out. They are nearly 300 C, and we haven't actually done anything like extremely. Yes, I think they can fade at the end. Drums are not really perfect for track days, but it's controllable when you get used to it. It's really nice. It doesn't want to grip a little. It wants to oversteer and sometimes to understeer. And the brake balance, the brakes are not really balanced from left to right, from forward, from front to rear. Yes, they are very balanced, but from left to right, no. Brake test now. Stop turning. Yes, as you can see, the brakes have reached like 400 degrees Celsius, so yes, they will fade. And remember, we are using sporty compound tires, not regular cheapy tires, but cross-ply, so yeah, not the best ones, but the best ones in the 40s. Here we go, and brake. Wow, this thing can reach 500 degrees Celsius easy, like if we are going at a very high speed. Yes, they will get 500. You have to remember to shift down to first. Long gears. I want to try and make those brakes to fade. But check out how this beauty looks. 150, 160, 160, 170. This thing can go. Oh no, 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 don't crash. The brakes are not balanced at all when it comes to left to right, unfortunately. But they work. So you need to be gentle with the brakes. If you want to drive this car, you can find this car on my Patreon page, the link in the description below, if you want to drive it. So if you are driving this little beast here, yeah, remember to brake gently, don't brake 100%, so you don't, spin out and crash. But in general, this thing drives very, very nicely, and we have indicators and safety options. No, 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 no. Ah. Yep, brake failure. Fix the car. Now, alright, so the car is working, but you need to pay attention to the brakes. I think the brakes are too sticky. I think that's the problem with them. The brake pads are too sticky, or the brake shoes in this case. Yep, too sticky. And we need some extra wheel spin. I think, yeah, we need some extra wheel spin. This is too. I mean, look at this: 100% brake, 100% throttle, and nothing. So we need extra wheel spin, a little bit. Like now it's 3%. I'm gonna go with like 7%, and the brake shoes should be less grippy. They are. The suspension tune is actually perfect. It's in between oversteer and understeer, but the brakes are spoiling the fun, and we need some extra wheel spin. But this thing is really grippy. I really like driving this thing, but it needs fixing, and you will be seeing this beast in future videos. Wow, if this car was made like in 2018, like a small turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine, like 1.6 liter, will make this thing extra light, extra nimble, much more fuel efficient, and using disc brakes will of course make this thing to handle much better. Maybe a lighter chassis. This is a ladder steel, galvanized steel chassis, like an old school steel, really heavy. Come on, stop. Alright, locking differential action. Here we go. Give me some donuts. As you can see, this is 100% throttle. Nothing. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I know this was a little boring video for you. Like, we have made the car step by step, and now we are driving this thing, and it's not really a successful machine, but it's not really a success. But the update works. The brakes are now very powerful. They can grip really hard, so you have to be careful not using 100% on the brake pads or the brake shoes when you are building like a 1940s car, because as you can see, it will make the car pretty much undrivable. And using actually an open differential will make it more drivable. Locking the diffs will make it, to spin around and oversteers on some corners while applying throttle. So yeah, pay attention to these details when you are building your next 1940s car in automation game, and have fun, get creative as always. And tonight, hopefully, if my internet can still work, we will be testing the Dodge Charger, or not Charger, the Dodge Hellcat Killer, viewers car. so we can determine who's the winner of the challenge. I have to check the voting, like which kind of test the viewers actually voted on, so we can actually begin to test them later tonight, hopefully. So thank you so much guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I know this was a very boring video for you. I do apologize, but I want to show you the like the brakes, how they are working after the latest update, and how the exporter now works perfectly. And because in the past the game used to be the game used to crash a lot and make a lot of errors. Yes, there are still some errors in the body, as you can see it still shakes, but it's nearly perfect. Check out this thing on 160, 70, it's very stable. 180, it's still also stable. This is braking like 50% braking. Wow. So as I've mentioned, pay attention to your brake pads. Don't use 100% unless you are really building a racing car. So thank you so much guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and of course hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and of course stay tuned for tonight, because tonight we'll be testing 700 horsepower beasts, really beautiful, sporty, comfortable, safe beast that we'll be testing tonight. I'm not sure yet, drag racing or track testing, so I'm gonna check it out and you know, see what will happen. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now, my friends. Before goodbye, yes, you can find the car in the description below if you want to drive it and download it to your game. So thank you so much, and goodbye for now, my friends.